Hey guys, welcome back. Check out this video by Luke Belmar on owning a business.
You can make money online doesn't mean you're a business owner.
What's the difference?
Working in the business versus working on the business. If you're working in the business and money's only generated by your appliance of labor, then you're just self-employed. If you stop working, you're unemployed. That's not running a business. That is just working for yourself. Building a business is building systems, operations that are scalable and sustainable regardless of your presence.
So if I'm setting up the lights, it's not a business?
It's not that it's not a business. It becomes a business when you find an individual that, if you're not able to set up the lights, can do it for you.
All right, Kirby. We talk about this.
Nope, nope,
Oh,
nope, nope,
oh.
nope, nope, nope. Alex, I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna pass it to me, and nope, you going first. I already knew what you was gonna do. Nope, no, hell no.
All right. No, we talk about this a lot. And I mean, it's truth. It's completely true what he's saying. And a lot of people don't understand this. I think a lot of business owners suffer from being able to scale because of having this mindset. They're not able to grow their business into what it should be, into its true potential, because they're too worried about the small things. They're too worried about being hands-on. They're too worried about them being in control, them seeing everything. And if that's the case, then it's not really a business, because at some point you have to separate yourself from it and allow it to run by itself. Obviously, you put people in place that have been trained to run it the way that you want it to be ran, and that takes work up front. But the end goal should be so that eventually you don't have to be there in order for it to run, because truthfully, if you have to be there for it to run, by the time you're dead, that business will die with you because it cannot operate without you.
First off, people don't think past tomorrow, let alone to when they're dead in their retirement years. Excuse me. I think it's lack of information. I mean, just think most of the businesses owned today. I mean, I'm not talking about the social media content business. I mean, actual businesses ran today is ran by, baby boomers, and then they're going to pass it along to their kids. The baby boomers don't have the information that we have today. And of course, they're stuck in their old 1960s, 1970s ways. I mean, I know a lot of business owners and their children, they became to be entrepreneurs, to own jobs, because they've always been taught the wrong way. So the only thing people need to do is like take a side step and look at it. All right, we'll start with Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, still the majority owner and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. Warren Buffett, he made a lot of the investment decisions for a long time for Berkshire Hathaway, but he put people in place to make a lot of the investment decisions now. He already has succession planning who will be the CEO. God forbid, but if Warren Buffett died today, Berkshire Hathaway will still keep going on. But when you start talking about smaller operations, when you start talking more about legacy owners or creators or founders of businesses, it's hard to let go. I mean, so case in point, Elon Musk. Elon Musk is Tesla. Contrary to popular belief, Elon Musk is Tesla. Tesla stock goes up because Elon Musk is at the helm. When Elon Musk is not at the helm, then nobody won't believe in Tesla as much as it is. But the thing is, Elon Musk, he has other operations going, and then just like when he bought X, formerly known as Twitter, he ran the business, he ran the job of running the business, and then now he hired a CEO to take his place. That's how it works. But especially in the mom and pop arena, uh, people that own the mom and pop grocery stores, you notice the mom and pop grocery stores that was owned got taken over by a business. They didn't get taken over by another person who owns it, because if you have to stand there and you got to turn on the lights every day, if you got to mop the floors every day, if you got to tend to the cash register every day, if you got to do the customer service, if you got to talk to the clients every day, and you own the business, that's what you own, is a job. When you stop, the money stops. There's no pension plan in that. There's no, I mean, if you're doing your taxes right and you're paying the Social Security, if you have a tax guy, but most of these businesses don't even have that, there's probably no Social Security in that. The only thing you could pass down is another job until people start understanding how business work. Business is not a I do everything and then it's a business. But they listen to their friends and everybody else. And like I said, the older generation just thought if you own a job, you own a business. But the truth is, you own a job. You can get unemployed just like everybody else get unemployed. Because if you stop working, the job stops. And that's why every endeavor, and Alec, we talked to you about it. Every endeavor I set it up as a business. I don't want. That's why I back up out of the real estate game. I don't want to. I hire property managers because I don't want to do it. Because if you stop doing it, then the property just like for the people that manage their own properties. Once you stop managing it, and then you get lazy, you go on vacation or whatever. Then what? Then the property just go to the wolves, and next thing you know, it's all gone.
Yeah, and one business that I'm seeing this with, well, probably you too, you probably noticed this, but Dave Ramsey, he's started to include different personalities into his company. And it's interesting because they've been looking at the numbers of how the company is performing and how the videos are, the impressions of the videos, the reactions and all that from him not being there. And I think in one of the videos that he was talking about this, they noticed that now that his presence is not there, there's more views with the new personalities than without him, which is kind of the direction you want that to go, because especially for someone in Dave's age, not saying he's gonna die tomorrow, he's still pretty young, but that's something that an older business owner especially would want to think about is, how can I keep this running without me in, the future to come.
Right. And I'm not talking bad about Dave Ramsey here, but Dave Ramsey owned a job for the better part of 40 years.
Right.
Because Dave Ramsey Solution was Dave Ramsey. So Dave Ramsey kicked the can 10 years ago. It didn't they wouldn't have cared if when he was just on radio, he could have nobody would have cared who the hell would have got on. They'd be like, well, it ain't Dave. They ain't went through what Dave went through, so we not listening.
Right.
But the thing is he knew he owned a job, so he owned a business in the real estate game.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just not a part that he talks about, and I understand why, because he just want to stick to the baby steps in the blueprint. But he owned a business in the other side of it, and that's what was going to take care of him if Ramsey Solution just blew up and was nothing.
Right.
And that's the mindset people have to have. I talk to business owners that's owner occupied, they do everything, and that's the first thing I talked to them. I said, so when are you going to? Their only option for the business is sell it. Get a lump sum of money, sell it. But the thing is the value of the business goes down when the person who's buying it have to do the operations. So when you owner and occupy and operate the business, your valuation slims down. Because instead of selling at a 5-6 multiple, you selling at a 2 to 3 multiple of profits or revenue when you're owner occupying and operating. Because the person who buys it has to come in and then operate it. Yeah, they're gonna put stuff in place and then try to step away from it, or they might just take the positions themselves. But that lowers your valuation. So when you can hire people to do your job and then it's just plug and play when you sell it to somebody else, then the multiple and the value of the business go higher. So when I'm talking to these owner operator business owners, I always ask, how are you going to step back? Why don't you hire people to do your job so it's a true business? And then their mindset is, oh, nobody can do it like me. And that's a founder's mentality. They figure they founded it, that's their baby. If they're not doing it, nobody else can do it. So they don't have no options. Really, selling is not even an option for them. It's run the business until my kids are, till my kids take over the job, or eventually it's just going to go down. But then they have some grand plan that, oh, I'm gonna sell it, and then somebody's going to do exactly what I want to do. People don't even want to go into the office in 2024. So to go actually take over business is not gonna be few and far in between. That's why you have the Cody Sanchez's out there talking about going buying business for the baby boomers, because you're gonna get it pennies on the dollar, and you can do it with seller finance or creative finance, because there's no legacy after they're done. It's opportunity for people to go out there and buy them at a cheap price because they didn't set it up correctly. And then that give opportunity for people like me, people like you, people that's got the foresight, people that's living below their means to stack some money to do stuff, to go in there and get the opportunities to buy businesses and operate them, and then put the right structures and systems in place so they can operate them to make money without them having to work. It's a great time to be a business owner and buy businesses. But you got to have the capital, you got to have the financial fortitude and understand the insights of creative financing and different ways that you can leverage those financial levers to acquire the businesses for little or nothing and change them into an actual business instead of uh, a whole bunch of jobs that's just laying around.
So that being said, guys, if you like the video, hit the like button, leave us a comment down below, share this video, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next one.